Hmm. I hope I'm live right now. Hello everybody, here we are, and welcome back. And today we are gonna be working on the same project that we've been working so far, and we'll try implementing some more features, and let's see how it's gonna be going on. And yesterday I even created this with the help of AI, so that we don't really have to focus on we don't have to focus a lot on the UI part, and hence I'm gonna be taking the help of AI to just build the UI, and the remaining logic is gonna be written by us. So this is how the things are gonna be going on, because the project is huge, and if I just write everything on my own, it's gonna take a lot of time. So as of right now, let's just simply open this one as well. Siri apps slash web and bundle. It will just simply start running this. Meanwhile, let's get rid of this. And what I was just simply talking about, that this is the sort of the UI component that I created yesterday. So let's just simply open this one as well, and we'll take the reference, not just the reference, rather we'll reuse the code that's just simply being used over here. But before even that, because this code actually got generated by the UI AI, so I actually need to check this thing out exactly what's there and all. So it turns out that first of all, ls bun npm or bun, that's actually npm, then npm dev, it's running on port 3001. I think even this one is running, so let's open this. Meanwhile, local this should be all right. So let's see. So this is how it looks like, and whenever we click, we get this type of structure, and that's what we wanted, right? And that's sort of already done. We have to just make tweak a little bit as per our need. Overall things are fine, and as of right now, whenever we click, we get it here. So that's such a good thing, and we can click okay then. So what are we doing over here when it comes to this? So we have a show menu and set show menu, that can be true or false. We have menu position, and that is good as well. Coming back to this one, handle context menu event, we get this, and we just simply set the position, set show menu becomes true, and ultimately we just render the context menu over here, and we pass this. And when it comes to closings, we are closing it like this. That's great. Coming back to this one, we have this context menu, and this is the combination of it all. And let's try making it better, but before even that, we have to fix quite a lot of things here. So divider is gonna be there, right? So label is gonna be there, that is okay. Shortcut is gonna be there, and action is gonna be there, that's gonna be definitely optional. Submenu, that is optional. Divider, that is optional. Is dangerous, that is optional. And icon, that's gonna be optional. Okay, that's sort of good as well. Let's just simply get it like this. So once we actually have all these things, so we have this label, this divider. Label is missing. Is label not optional? Everything is optional except the label. So I'm gonna keep the label as an optional, but in this way I'll almost lose this. So let's give it the label as well. So label is gonna be assigned to this, and that's gonna be the sort of like this. Even though there's gonna be no use of it, but at least it will have a label. Same thing gonna be repeated here, same thing gonna be repeated here, and the same thing gonna be repeated here as well. So overall, this object is ready, that contains almost everything, and later we are gonna be just simply looping through this, and we'll try rendering the things. So coming back to this one, for now, the first one that we have got copy paste, then we have the duplicate, and we have select all, then we have a divider. After that we have label, then we have sub menus, and sub menu is nothing but an array, so copy as png, copy as svg, and copy markdown embed, and all of them have some kind of actions. So this one has the action, this one has the action, this one has the action, and action is gonna be used when that is clicked. So this one has the action, then this one has the action, and same thing goes with this one. Even they have the icons, the copy icon. Okay, let's see whether it's actually gonna be used or not. But when it comes to this, so the copy icon is not quite needed, and especially in all these ones, doesn't matter where we actually go, we don't need the icons anymore. So let me go to this one, let me open two one actually, excalidraw.com. if I just simply select an image, so this is how it looks like. I don't like this way of formatting the things, that is why I am going with this one. So if there's any image selected, this is how it looks like, and that's neat and clean, right? So earlier the goal was to just build the clone of Excalidraw. Now building a board that has almost all the good features that it needs to have. And apart from this particular thing, this is something here. We can have many food. Okay, that's fine, we'll take care of it. Undo, redo, that option is not quite visible. We'll see that how it's gonna be going on. As of right now, this is great. Wherever I have this icon, I'm gonna remove it. So icon is actually gonna be removed from here. There needs to be some kind of shortcut as well. As for right now, let's just simply remove the icon if there is that somewhere, and the remaining things are gonna be done later on. Alrighty, this sort of does the job. So we have this over here. So this is just the object, and icon is not quite gonna be there, so we'll be getting rid of this. And context menu props, so these are the things that it actually get as a prop, that is fine. And once we have the prop over here, so starting, and it's gonna on close, it's gonna get, we have open some menu, we have some menu position, adjusted main position, and adjusted this x and y. It will have x and y, it will have some menu ref and main menu ref. So we'll have the reference of both, that is great. And ultimately what is happening that okay, there's quite a lot of things. So ultimately what we are doing here, that is we have this class name, on click, on close. So whenever that is clicked, close is called. And apart from this particular thing, that is right, so whenever we click on that, so on close, ultimately it gets closed. And earlier I was doing it manually, this is even better to do. And apart from this particular thing, we have this adjusted main position, and it's gonna be rendered there. So render menu items, so menu items are gonna be passed in there. And then we have the sub menu, so render a menu items dot find, and this is how it goes. So first of all, it gets the position of the sub menu, and as for rendering the menu item, so we get the if the label is open sub menu. What is this open sub menu over here? Open sub menu means which one is gonna be there, that's fine. There can be different kind of open sub menus. So if the label is actually gonna be equals to that, so we are gonna be rendering that particular sub menu. The question is that how this rendering sub menu works. It will be getting the items of that particular menu, and it is gonna be responsible for just simply rendering that. Interesting. So I'm just simply sending the items. Let me even check when we are setting that. So first of all, we have render menu items where we are just simply passing the menu items. Passing the menu items in the sense going here, and all these menu items are passed. They have the label shortcut in action, and that is it. Coming back to this one, I'm passing all the items over here, and that is good. So ultimately we are taking care of two things. We have this main menu, we have the sub menu, we are even setting the coordinates of them, and not only that, after setting the coordinates for them, we are even just a sec, after setting the coordinates for them, we are rendering all the menu items, and over here, especially when open sub menu is true, that simply means when it has some value, then only we are gonna be passing all the sub menus from here. So all the sub menus are gonna be passed for rendering the items. That is good, but the thing is that where am I setting the value of sub menu? So this is actually being set over here. So handle mouse enter. So whenever the mouse actually enters, that's great. So we must have an event over this mouse. So we should have an event here. Main mouse ref we have, but we don't really have any event as such. Same goes for this one, we don't have any event as such. How about this one? Divider is gonna be there, and there isn't on mouse enter. These are the events that we actually have. So whenever we enter, so handle mouse enter is called, and when leave, handle mouse leave is called. Okay, and it even needs some kind of icons that are not quite needed here, so I'll be getting rid of them. So getting rid of the icon, yeah, I can completely get rid of it. And from here, what is actually happening, as we are rendering the menu items, so we are looping through that. So first of all, this is the thing. So items dot map item and index, if item dot divider exists, or I can say, then we are gonna be just simply rendering the divider, right? And what I want here, that item divider exists, and item dot label, if that's triple equals to divider. Having said that, I can actually it can actually be exported as const. It can be set as const, so it's only gonna be readable. So when this becomes readable, so we can easily get the suggestions over here. So coming back to this should be fine. It doesn't seem to be. So label, yeah, we can definitely get the suggestion over here. If this is so, then this particular divider is gonna be used, and HPX, that simply means height 1 pixel, margin top, margin y is gonna be 1 pixel, and BG natural, and this much. Divider is gonna be, the key is gonna be this. Well, not really a big problem, that's fine. Going ahead, if that's not a divider, so we'll continue with this one. If that is a divider, we'll return from here. If that's not a divider, this is gonna be running. So item dot label is gonna be there, mouse enter, so handle mouse enter, this is gonna be called, on mouse leave, this is gonna be called, on click, if we actually click on that, so we are gonna be closing it first of all, this, and item dot action is actually gonna be called. So these are the two things are gonna happen here. On close means we'll be setting this. Don't we have that here? We are just simply have this on close function here. So whatever the function is called, that function will be triggered, and item dot action should be more than enough, or probably we can pass on close over here depending on the need. But the thing is that this on close that I'm actually passing, uh, I don't think this on close is needed, because on close, what is actually passed in on close? Are we just sort of closing this? Set show menu to false, so that is fine. It is just simply being set as false. Yeah, that's alright. I mean, it's okay to have it here. In our main case, what we are doing, main project actually. So we have web, lib, not lib actually, features editor, and right now components, canvas, and context menu. And in this context menu, we have context menu.tsx, and when it comes to this, so we have this menu, and that is the part of the context menu. So we have used context that actually stores this state in here, and we have the menu, we have set menu, and this simply has the values, and as per the need it just simply changes. So that's fine, not really a big deal. Coming back to this thing, as we have this set menu position, so it just simply set show menu becomes false, so we need to pass this as well. And we are definitely passing on close as well. So we have close context menu that's being passed in here. That simply means inside this, sort of like this, we can just simply call this on this one. So on click close context menu, this is actually gonna be clicked, and this should not be called, rather this should be normal. So this should be sort of working, and that is good. And coming back to this one, we have to just simply use the things from here anyway. So on close is gonna be called, so it is gonna be mainly used for closing this. On close will be used for setting it to false. Okay, that's fine. Action is definitely gonna be used. Then we have some style over here, and just after that we have the label. Just after the label we have the sub menus, if there are some menus. So item dot sub menu, then we will have an icon over here, and apart from this particular thing, item dot shortcut, if that actually exists. In that case, if there is a shortcut that exists, so we'll be just simply rendering the shortcut over here. So it handles both the cases, right? So in case I'm passing the sum menu, so I'm gonna be passing the arrays, and as I'm passing the sum menu, so this particular section is gonna run, and item dot shortcut, if there is any shortcut, then that's gonna be used, and this write ultimately greater than will be used. Not really a big problem. So this particular thing is done. Handle mouse leap, so we are just simply setting it to null. That is great. And apart from this particular thing, we have this particular section. So this is the handle mouse enter, so whenever the mouse actually enters in there, so we are getting the rect, so that's gonna be sort of like this. So event dot current target as HTML div, get the bounding client rect, so I get the rect. Once I get the rect, so using the rect, what we are doing in here, so rect dot right I can get, rect dot top I can get, so that's gonna be some menu x and some menu y, so we get the starting positions of that. So ultimately we can give pass an element, we can get its positions. We even have window height, window width, padding should be 10, some menu width should be 256, min width 64, 256. Some menu height, that's gonna be math.max, item.submenu.length multiplied by 40. approximate height, some menus height. mm, why do we need to set the height? Like it can be calculated on the go, but some menu length, so whatever the length is multiplied by 4, sorry 40, that simply means one item takes 40 pixels, and 100, so we are gonna be just simply getting the max of that. We already have the some menu xy. Check if some menu goes off right edge, flip to left side. So ultimately what we are just simply calculating it for the sum menu. So if sum menu plus sub menu width, if it is greater than window width minus padding, so in that case sum menu x is gonna be rect left that we actually have minus sum menu width, and that's gonna be the starting point. Rect left, we already had the starting point wherever we clicked. Now wherever we clicked we already know that. And why are we even using this sum menu .t6? So ultimately why are we using rect for this? We could directly get the starting point, right? That is right as well. So event dot current target, either you use this or we can go with the event dot client x and client y. So we'll already get this, and then once we actually get this, so it can directly be used. This is another way, and with the help of event dot client x and y, we can go with that as well. And sum menu x, that simply means where I clicked plus sum menu width, so the total, if it is greater than window width minus padding, if it is greater than, that is then this is gonna run, so it is gonna be, so the sum menu will be visible on the left side, otherwise it's gonna be visible on the right. So if it is greater, then that is great. If it is not greater, then okay, that's problematic. Fine. Same thing goes with this one as well. Sum menu y plus sum menu height. So sum menu height plus the where I actually clicked, if it is greater than window height minus padding, that simply means we have to just simply bring it upwards. So sum menu y is gonna be math dot padding. So padding is gonna be there, and we have to get the max of it. So that simply means padding is gonna be what, how much, 10. So we have to get the max value of this. So if this is less, so window height minus sum menu height minus padding. So sum menu height we already know, padding we already know. So if we just subtract it from the window, so we are gonna be getting the sort of y coordinate where it should actually be, and we are gonna be getting the max value, so this will be used. And the remaining case can be, it is actually lesser, so at that time we are just gonna be using padding, that's fine. And then we have sub menu position, so that's just simply set over here, and this is done. Great, not really a bad idea. One thing that can be actually that is already good, but we are gonna be checking with the event as well, so that's a to do. I think this should be working with the event too. Use event dot client client dot x as well, and check. Not only that, as we have the reference of the sum menu, so we don't need to get the approximate values, rather we can directly get the height and width of the sum menu as well directly. That actually changes, it's not like that is the same all the time. So let's see whether we can actually get the height and all directly, or we'll have to get the approximate values. So we'll check this thing out. Once this is done, so whenever on close gets changes, actually whenever the on close changes, so at that time add limits on mouse down, whenever mouse down is happening, handle click outside, now where is this coming from? This is already in here. So what is this doing? And return, we are just simply removing it, that is fine. Coming back to this one, event, we get main.ref.current, and if not, if that exists, and if main.current.contains event.target as node, So wherever we click, if that contains that and some menu exists, and if some menu doesn't contain that, on close. So whenever we click somewhere and if that doesn't contain the event.target, so wherever I am clicking, if the sum menu doesn't contain that, so it should be, I should be skipping that. Okay, that is good. And the another way can be click on that, click on the empty canvas and just simply close them directly, and this is also good, not really a bad thing. So whenever we are clicking outside, so on mouse down, and when that's actually clicked, so we'll get an event. Once we actually got an event, so we are just simply checking if it actually contains that or not, because if that doesn't contain, we are gonna be just simply closing that. Not really a bad idea. Whenever the value of x and y changes, for what we are actually doing, whenever the value of x and y changes, that simply means we adjust the main menu position to keep it on screen, so we have to recalculate it well. So coming back to this, padding is gonna be this window, hide window with rect menu ref. We already have adjusted x and adjusted y, they are gonna be this much, but we need to adjust them even further. So select menu goes off the edge, that is right, padding window, we've already talked about this. So what is happening over here, padding, so if we click on the left side, so in that case at padding it should start, that simply means at pixel 10 that should start. And if we are clicking on the left side, so of course this is particular thing is gonna be used. So when suppose I clicked on the left, so window width minus rect and this, and at that time what will actually happen, that window width minus rect, and this is gonna be the x coordinate, that will always be greater than the padding, hence this is gonna be used. Same goes with the bottom edge as well, that if we click top at the top, then this padding is gonna be used, and if we click on at the bottom, so this is gonna be used. Set adjusted main position, and that is it. Okay, so yeah, it is a good one, but now it's all about how we are gonna be using it in our case, because the way we are handling the things, that is a bit different. So we are already getting the main menu, we are getting the close, and we are already calling the close here. So let me see. So in our case, this is how it looks like. If we click in there, it actually closes, so doesn't matter where we actually click, it just simply closes, and that is good, that should be done. If we click out, that closes as well. And now what is actually happening over here, that is we are closing it whenever the pointer down is actually happens. So if I actually go to the context canvas actually, so when it comes to this canvas, so at that time we have interaction manager over here, and we are actually having to pass these two, close context menu and finish the frame text editing. So to just simply finish them, I'm having to pass it. The better way can be the same, that just directly listen for an event on the document, and if it doesn't include that particular yeah, that's a better way. So I'm gonna be getting rid of this now. Let me see what else can be done. So I'm gonna be getting rid of this, and the reason I'm getting rid of this, I'll show. I'm gonna be going with a different way. Text area ref, this text area ref is mainly used for what? It's mainly used for text editing. And where is this text being used? Let me just simply have a look at that. So we are using text quite a lot here, mainly for finish editing if I'm not wrong. Not really, on pointer down we are even using this. So when the text is actually being used, so it's good to just simply close it here, or probably not. When it comes to closing, we can actually listen for an event to just simply close that. That's also good. So we can ideally get rid of all these, so the logic of closing them is not really gonna be here. And still we need text over here, so we'll have to pass the text area. And as for closing this, so if I go to the text, use the text editing, so as for closing this text editor, we can actually use I use effect over here, and that will be responsible for just simply closing this. So how it's gonna be going on, like I have a use effect that's just simply gonna run whenever it's just simply gonna run for the first time. Fonts to handle click outside, and again I have just a sort of a function over here. And but the important thing is that whenever the mouse down actually happens, call it mouse down or call it pointer down. So window dot document dot add event listener. Whenever the pointer down actually happens, at that time I'll have the event over. Let's not have the event, rather let's do one thing, that handle click outside, and we'll be cleaning it up as well. So whenever it re-renders again, before that the previous event is removed as well. So we'll just simply keep it in here, remove event listener, so it's gonna be removed. Coming back to this is gonna be this pointer event what's gonna be the type, just a sec. The use effect, let me see if I'm doing it the right way. And whenever the value of on close changes, it actually depends on that. Depending on that, that is not bad. Yeah, it can definitely depend on that, but we'll see exactly in our case how we are gonna implement this. But ultimately we need to have the main. We can do that like this. Either this, wherever I clicked, that includes this, or this includes that. So in both the ways, that's actually gonna be right. So it completely depends. Suppose wherever I'm clicking, if that is including, if that doesn't include the main menu ref or some menu ref, we don't have to do anything. But if that does include it, so we have to just simply close that. So yeah, both the ways we can just simply go on, but for that thing we need to have the main menu ref or some menu ref or any uh, element for that sake. Okay, let's just simply continue. When we call this on pointer down directly on the document label, so it should be on what is the problem? Is this not right? Isn't this okay? What is the issue? That's actually the standard approach for custom context menu. The only thing is missing is checking whether the click happened outside the menu. Okay, that can easily be done, so not really a big problem. Even we are doing it here. So we have the selection menu dot current return. If selection menu doesn't contain the, if the selection menu, if it doesn't contain, so we have to close this. That is fine as well. We are gonna be closing it. A few suggestions: use native pointer event. Since you are adding DOM event listener, don't use React's event type. Just using the native one is gonna be better. Listen on document is sufficient. Close on right click to. So whenever we right click, if your app opens a new context menu on every right click, your flow can be handle canvas context menu, and then we are gonna be just simply setting it there. Also, it doesn't even need to worry about right clicks, because opening a new menu simply updates the menu instead with the new coordinates. So handle canvas context menu. So we have first of all, I'll be getting rid of this, and once done, I'll actually be using react dot and as for this one, react dot, I'll be getting rid of this one. This is gonna be pure pointer, and I'll be getting rid of the window as well. So yeah, this is how it just simply goes on, and now we have to just simply check, right? So it's gonna be pretty simple, and that is we have to close this. So if what is the goal right now? If we click outside, so it should be just simply closed. When it comes to closing, so we already have this finish editing if clicked outside. So we have this finish editing if clicked outside. If it just simply does that, so we are gonna be just simply finishing the editing. But before even that, we need to have this text area, and we already have the text area ref. So I'm just simply gonna say text area ref dot current dot contains, if it contains this event dot target as node, of course. If it actually contains this, then what should happen? Nothing should happen. As for closing, that we are handling it on our own. So it actually contains that, and but if it doesn't contain that, I'm gonna call finish editing if clicked outside. This actually takes some argument, and that is the event. So gonna be passing the event from here, but that event is of React type. It doesn't need to be this event even doesn't need to be passed. So let's keep it simple, and it's gonna be sort of like this. So this should ideally be fine. So I'm getting a call here, so let's just simply copy it. Not just copy, let's check it in action. So if I come back here, we've been mainly taking care of this thing, right? So if I click outside, well, it didn't work. Interesting. So what are we missing here? If a text area ref dot current contains event dot target, if it doesn't contain this, then we have to finish editing. If this contains where I'm clicking, then that is okay. This should be fine. So when I write something, if I click outside, even we are not able to remove it, that's okay. We are going to be working on this. What's wrong with this? Am I missing something? Let me see. Pointer down, remove listener, approach context menu. First of all, this definitely depends on finish editing clicked outside. Okay, this works now. actually dependent on the function itself, and we were not doing that. So that is why we had to just simply face this. So let me give it to the AI, and hopefully this is right. If there are there can be things better, so we are gonna be working on them. But let's see. Yes, this is a perfectly good pattern. In fact, this is how outside click detection is commonly implemented. That is good. So the benefit is that we are gonna have the opening and closing everything in the same place. You can use for the context menu, we can just simply go ahead like this as well, and we can close the stuff, and this is how it can be going on. Okay, so this is the first thing. Closes text editor if clicked outside. So this is how this is how just simply goes on, and quite 250 lines of code, but never mind, as of right now this is fine. The second thing is that we have to close frame as well. So let's go. The best thing is that if you want to do something with the frame, go here, as simple as that. So that's the benefit of having organizing it this way. I'm actually getting a call again. Just a sec, give me a second. Hello everybody. So here we are, and I actually got some work, so I'll have to leave right now, unfortunately. I'll be back in 10 to 50 to 20, in around 20 minutes or something, after getting that work done, and then we'll continue from here on. Until then, yeah, unfortunately I have to leave. Bye bye, and I'll catch up soon.